All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Always exciting to be back.
I've been looking forward to this one, especially,
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
well, because today we're going to be doing a deep dive on something that maybe doesn't sound super exciting at first,
Oh.
but trust me on this one, it's really cool.
Okay. All ears?
Spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Spreadsheet shortcuts.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Right,
Oh.
not exactly the flashiest topic, but
But everyone uses them.
exactly. They're everywhere, and they can be really powerful
They really can, if you know how to use them.
if you know how to use them.
Right.
And that's why we're here today. We actually even got a listener question about this one. Someone wrote in about a specific shortcut, Control plus Shift plus 9.
Okay. Familiar with that one.
Yeah, it unhides rows in a spreadsheet, which
Oh.
sounds pretty basic, I know, but there's actually a lot more to it.
There is. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Like, on the surface, it just seems like, okay, making your spreadsheet a little neater or whatever.
Yeah, like tidying up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But it can actually be so much more powerful than that because you can actually uncover some pretty valuable insights that were either, you know, hidden on purpose or maybe just overlooked by accident.
Oh, interesting. So it's like you're saying you could be like, almost like a treasure hunt within a spreadsheet.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe those hidden rows contain like key data, notes, calculations, you name it.
That's fascinating. I got to ask, though, before we get too far, why would anyone want to hide rows in the first place?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, sometimes it's as simple as just wanting to declutter, right? Just like you would with a messy room.
Yeah.
So let's say you're working with a huge financial report. You might have tons of detailed breakdowns by region, product, whatever. But if you only need the totals, for like a summary, you can just hide all that extra stuff.
Right, so you can just focus on the big picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Without getting bogged down in all those details. And sometimes it can be about, security too. Like maybe you're collaborating with other people, but there's some sensitive data you don't want everyone to see.
Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. So let's get into the mechanics of this shortcut. How does it actually work?
Okay. So imagine you've got, let's say, rows 6 through 10 hidden in your spreadsheet. You're looking at your spreadsheet and it's just like, they're just gone, right?
Right, vanity.
They're like those secret compartments,
I like that analogy.
And you don't even know what's in there.
Right.
Maybe something valuable, maybe nothing. But to find out, first you've got to select the rows right above and below the hidden ones. So in this case, that'd be rows 5 and 11.
Okay, so you're kind of like selecting the boundary.
Exactly, you got it. And then you just hit Quidolateral plus Shift plus 9, and bam! Just like that, those hidden rows reappear like magic.
It's like opening a secret door, you know? And suddenly you've got the full picture. I'm getting how this can save so much time, like if you're working with a massive spreadsheet.
Totally.
But you mentioned data insights earlier. Can you give some specific examples of the kinds of things people might find in these hidden rows? What kind of treasures are we talking about?
Okay, so imagine you're analyzing, let's say, sales data for your business. And you unhide some rows, and all of a sudden you see a pattern you didn't notice before.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe there's a seasonal trend you completely missed, or I don't know, maybe you're looking at a budget spreadsheet and you unhide a row and it's got a note from someone like last year explaining why a certain expense was so high.
Oh, wow. That's actually really valuable.
Right. That could really help you understand things better.
So you're saying, these hidden rows could be full of like historical data or notes or even like alternate calculations that can give you a whole different perspective on the data.
Exactly. It's like getting a behind-the-scenes look at how the numbers came together. And you know what? Here's another little tip that's really useful. Sometimes you might not even remember which rows are hidden.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time.
So if that's the case, just select any cell in your spreadsheet and hit Control plus Shift plus 9, and it'll unhide all the hidden rows in the entire spreadsheet.
Oh, wow. That's good to know.
So no more missing out on potentially valuable information.
It's funny. I've been working with spreadsheets for like forever, but I never even considered this. It's like a total aha moment for me.
I know, right? It's like a whole new world opens up.
It really does.
And it just goes to show, even when you think you know a tool really well, it's always worth exploring further. You never know what you might discover.
That's so true. And I think this idea of like unhiding information, it applies to so much more than just spreadsheets.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about it. Like, are you really reading that research report thoroughly, or are you just skimming the surface? Are you having those tough conversations with your colleagues, or are you avoiding the hard topics?
That's a great point. I mean, how much deeper could your understanding be if you, like, really dug into those things, if you unhid all the information that's out there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everybody listening, take a minute and think about that for a second. Where in your work, in your life, could you be missing out on important insights just because you're not looking deep enough?
What opportunities are you missing by only focusing on what's right there in front of you?
That's a really good question to ask yourself. So go ahead, give Control plus Shift plus 9 a try. You never know what you might find hidden in your spreadsheets.
And remember, stay curious. That's the key to unlocking all sorts of knowledge, hidden or not.
Couldn't agree more. That's going to do it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you all next time.
See you then.